If you've suffered dizziness lately and neck pain, you may be suffering what's called cervicogenic dizziness. There are many daily factors that we experience that could make our cervicogenic dizziness worse. In this video, we're going to try to go over 6 of the most common aggravating factors, so hopefully you can avoid them and get some relief from your cervicogenic dizziness. Let's dive into the video and we'll take a look. Well, welcome back to another episode of Physio Tips with Mauro. I'm your host, Mauro Burnett. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a board-certified orthopedic specialist in physical therapy and the owner of Australian Physiotherapy Specialists located in Jacksonville, Florida in the USA. For today's video, we're going to go over 6 of the most common aggravating factors that could stir up cervicogenic dizziness, with the hopes that as you become informed on what things could make it worse, you'll be able to avoid those factors and have more dizzy-free days. Let's get into some of these factors, starting with number 1. Number 1, sitting poorly. When sitting in a work chair or your car, always ensure that you scoot your bottom all the way back into the chair so that it touches the back of the chair. That's absolutely crucial for your workday or traveling. If you are sitting at your desk, ensure that your feet can touch the ground. Sitting poorly has been clinically shown to put stress and strain on the neck and definitely lead to pain that could exacerbate your dizziness. An example of sitting properly versus sitting poorly would be like this. If I sit in a more slouched position, it pushes my head forward. This is what we would call forward head posture. Forward head posture is going to cause tightness at the base of the head and exacerbate the upper neck. There are nerves embedded in the upper neck called proprioceptors that play a vital role in our balance and prevent us from feeling dizzy. Well, when your neck becomes tight and uncomfortable, those proprioceptors malfunction, and that's a big reason why a lot of researchers think the neck can cause dizziness. So how we sit is very, very important. Here's a nice little tip on sitting better while we're at work or at home. If I think about my tailbones that we sit on, if I go all the way back on my tailbones, that's one extreme. If I go all the way off my tailbones, that's another. And then I find a halfway point. The halfway point puts my low back in a really nice position. And then I get my chin in a nice level position. If my chin is up too far, that causes compression of the upper neck, and that will lend to getting tightness in those upper neck muscles. Tightness in those upper neck muscles, great way to stir up cervicogenic dizziness. So our first tip is sitting properly. Make sure you're all the way back in the chair. Make sure your feet touch. If you're someone of shorter stature, put something underneath your feet so your feet can touch the ground. Number 2, not taking breaks. The positions which we work in or relax in every day can definitely be an exacerbator to neck pain or back pain and definitely can stir up cervicogenic dizziness. It's vital that if we're in one position for a period of time, that we should change positions frequently. This is something that almost all injuries will talk about how important this is. For neck pain that could exacerbate cervicogenic dizziness, we recommend that you don't sit for any more than 30 minutes without getting up, getting into a good posture, and maybe walking around for 2 or 3 minutes. Some doctors call this the 3 for 30 rule. For every 30 minutes that you're sitting, the human spine really wants us to get up and move around a little bit. If I stay in one position, recumbent for too long, or even sitting or standing in one place too long, it's going to easily exacerbate the neck or the back. As you change positions and move around, it stimulates the good muscles of the neck to support your neck, and it stimulates the tight muscles to relax. But one posture for too long will lend to tightness, discomfort, disruption of those proprioceptors, and cervicogenic dizziness. So keep moving. Number 3, too much time in bed. Scientific studies have shown time and time again that prolonged bed rest or recumbency could have harmful effects on the spine. For example, maybe you're feeling dizzy and you don't feel safe to stand and walk, or maybe lying down is the only thing that makes you feel better. A lot of my patients that suffer neck pain will tell me this is what they do. They need to get some relief from their headache or their dizziness, so they lie down. Before long, they find themselves lying down quite frequently. Here's the trick with that. The more we lie down, the weaker our spine muscles get. The weaker our spine muscles get, the more uncomfortable we are with being up. So then we lie down more with lying down causes more weakness, which then causes it more difficulty for us to be back up, right? Our bones can start to show osteopenia or osteoporosis with prolonged bed rest, and it even harms the intervertebral discs in the neck and the back. Proprioceptors, we mentioned that earlier, that's an important part of our balance, are also inhibited when you're not up against gravity properly. So we need gravity to have strong bones and strong muscles. We need to stand and walk frequently. So what we recommend is if you have a sore neck or you feel dizzy, if you can get up even with an assistive device or with a loved one helping you, but stand frequently. Every 30 minutes, try to stand for a few minutes. If you can and you can walk safely, try to frequently walk during the day. Every 30 to 45 minutes, keep getting back up if you can do it. So many studies show if you can try to get up and try to keep moving versus being in the bed, you're definitely going to recover faster. My toughest patients are patients that feel so lousy that they're in bed 24/7. Very tough cases. So that's our tip on avoiding bed rest. Number 4, stopping all activities until you feel better. Multiple studies have shown that people that have a more positive outlook on their recovery and they try to continue with their daily activities to the best of their ability, these folks are usually going to recover faster. For an injury like cervical or dizziness or headaches, if I find myself avoiding all activities, I'm not getting the exercise that I need to help me recover. So a good idea, try to do what you can do. It may require some modification around maybe your chores around the house or maybe your work activities. But if you can find yourself doing something, even modified, it's going to be a much better idea than being completely off all activities. It's easy to be in distress and to be concerned about your injury, but this can definitely lead to more atrophy of your neck muscles. That could lead to an aggravation to those proprioceptive nerves we talked about and an increased cervicogenic dizziness. Even studies looking at injured workers, if you're able to return back to work, even to a modified duty, chances are you're going to be able to return to work life much better than someone that's been out of work for a prolonged period of time. So that's our best advice. If you've been injured, it feels terrible, do the best that you can do. Make sure you make some modifications. Don't overdo, but keep doing your daily activities. Number 5, too much time on cell phones and tablets. Having your head bent forward means that your neck muscles have to work 4 to 5 times harder than if your head was in an upright position. Use a headrest if your job involves the use of a telephone or mobile. That's a great piece of advice. Avoid cradling the phone between your head and your shoulder. While using a mobile device, grow tall through your back, get your chin nice and level, and if you can, try to prop your elbows on something so that you can get your cell phone eye level. That's going to keep your neck in a much better position, and that's going to help take some strain off of your neck. Remember, for every inch that the head is forward, there's 10 additional pounds of stress being put on the neck. The neck is trying to get the head back to neutral, and that's a great way to overdo it, strain your neck, increase pain, and exacerbate cervicogenic dizziness. Lots of mobile devices out there, and we've obviously got to stay pretty vigilant with that stuff. Number 6, too much time on the couch. How we position ourselves on our couch or favorite chair in the evening while watching television could make a big role in either exacerbating our neck or putting our neck at an ease. One of the things that we could look at was if you are lying down on your couch in the evening, it's better to lie on your side than it would be to lie on your back with 1 or 2 pillows, putting a hyperflex neck position. Another idea or strategy is every commercial break, slide to the edge of your chair, try to do that tall posture that we looked at earlier, tall through the lower back, chin nice and neutral. hold that position during the commercial break, and then get back to your comfortable position. If you're sitting in an easy chair, never a bad idea to at least try, maybe get to the edge of your chair, sit up a little bit better during the commercial breaks, just to get your neck a little bit more weight bearing. I've had many patients that they went home and they looked at how they normally sit in the evening. They started putting some pillows behind their back, made themselves a little more upright, and they noticed they had a lot less neck pain and dizziness when they went to bed that day. So think about your positioning while you're watching television, and that can be another great tip to help decrease cervicogenic dizziness. Well, thanks for watching today's video on 6 exacerbating factors for cervicogenic dizziness. Hope you got something out of it. Check out our channel, Physio Tips with Mauro, for more detailed videos on exercises and manual therapy techniques that you can do to reduce cervicogenic dizziness as well. Remember to subscribe to our channel so you can receive more videos like this in the future. If you have any comments or questions, or you're interested in a particular topic, drop in the comments, let me know. We'd love to hear your comments. Let's goodbye for now, and we'll see you next time on Physio Tips with Mauro.